Hello everybody and welcome to the highlights of this Super 6 game between India and New Zealand, coming to you from Supersport Park in Centurion. An important game, of course. If New Zealand are to get up, they will shut the door on Sri Lanka because it's getting pretty tight for that number 4 spot. Australia at the moment are top with 20 points. India are second with 16. Kenya are third with 14. Those three teams have gone through to the semi-finals, and it's a bit of a shootout right now between New Zealand and Sri Lanka. New Zealand have got 8 points, Sri Lanka 7.5, and Zimbabwe bringing up the rear with 3.5. So if you look at the sides that have been selected for today's game, India are unchanged. This is the 9th World Cup game they've played in this World Cup, and they've only used 12 players. So unchanged again today. 2 changes in the New Zealand lineup. Daryl Tuffy is in for Andre Adams and Craig McMillan in for Lou Vincent. Now the toss was won by India, and somewhat surprisingly they elected to bowl in these magnificent conditions. Let's pick up the action with our first 2 commentators, Ian Smith and also Ravi Shastri.
Craig McMillan gets another opportunity back in the New Zealand side. He will open the batting with Stephen Fleming, and that's something he didn't do against the Indians when India were in New Zealand 2 months ago. He batted in the middle order. He lost his place in the side, so he's been in some indifferent form, but not Fleming. Fleming's had a good World Cup up to now. Highest score of 134 was against the South Africans in one of the earlier matches. Zaheer Khan will start the proceedings for India. Zaheer Khan on his way. And straight away some movement into the right-hander now. McMillan has had problems in the past being caught in front of the wicket because of lack of footwork, and that will be playing on his mind.
Well, he hit this, so he couldn't be given out, or shouldn't have been given out. There was bat involved. Quite a big inside edge back onto the pad. They might not have seen that from behind because it was they who were appealing the most. But there is a little breeze as we look at the screen. It is going from left to right, and that suits the delivery, Zaheer Khan's delivery, that angles back into the right-handers. McMillan's problem is he's got to get those feet going, otherwise he could get trapped.
That's on the air, taken. Second ball wicket for the Indians. Harbhajan Singh making no mistake at square leg. And New Zealand lose an early wicket.
Disaster for the New Zealand cause. They put McMillan in to take a punt that today might be his day. Well, it isn't. Couldn't be worse, in fact. He shuffled across in front, looking to hit through the onside. And this is quite a clever field placing by the Indians, because this fellow at square leg is a lot closer than you would normally expect. He could be back another 10-15 metres, but they've done a bit of homework on Craig McMillan, and the extra swat has paid dividends. He's gone for a duck. New Zealand haven't got a run. They're already 1 down.
Nathan Astle is the new man out there for New Zealand. Very experienced, and New Zealand's leading run getter. One-day internationals, over 5,500 runs. He's had a good World Cup, but in his last innings he was dismissed. Third ball without scoring. Now this is the last man to be dismissed. McMillan picked Harbhajan Singh. And straight away some movement. The figure has gone up. It always looked close. 2 wickets and 2 balls for Zaheer. And New Zealand already in a spot of bother.
Well, Ganguly said, I want to bowl first. There is a little bit in the air, but New Zealanders have been defeated by in-swing to this point, and this is a disaster. The first one was bad. It's pitched in the line of middle and leg. It's hit Nathan Astle bang in front of middle, going on to hit again. There can be no complaints really about that. You've got to give those. Puff of the cheek says, yeah, we're in big trouble. It's none for 2.
Scott Styris comes out to the middle. He's not been in the best form of late, but started off the World Cup in fine fashion with a big 100. Oh, what a time to come in the first over of the game. Zaheer Khan is on a hat-trick, and no doubts whatsoever there with that decision. That was plumb. Good decision by umpire Daryl Harper. The fact that the ball was pitched up meant more chances of hit pitching around leg stump, leg in middle, and it swung back into the right-hander. So already a buzz around the ground. Zaheer Khan on a hat-trick.
He's a brilliant bowler, and he's getting better and better by the day as he matures, because he puts the new ball on target. Now 3 slips, a short leg, a short mid-wicket. Tell me India don't want to win this game and win it in a hurry. They see New Zealand as a threat. They want them out, and they've done the right thing about it. Here's Zaheer on a hat-trick.
Again, good delivery. This time the bat comes down in time. Cyrus off the mark, and the first runs on the board for New Zealand.
Well, I'm looking at the reasons for these dismissals, and I'm trying to think to myself, you did the pitch report, you idiot. You said bat first. How can a side be none for 2? The reason is, well, the ball could seam, or the ball could swing markedly. But if you look at the techniques of both McMillan and Astle, you'd have to say they played round pretty straight balls. Certainly in Astle's case, you'll wonder how he missed it, because it was straight and he played around it.
Good shot. Just waited on it. This is a quick outfield. And the first boundary of the game.
Every ball he's bowled has been the same, Zaheer Khan. Every one of them would have hit the stumps. Nice and full and straight. The difference is that Scott Styrus is playing them with a slightly straighter bat, hitting them through the right areas instead of trying to hit them through square leg.
Fine delivery to end the over. Srinath bang on target. 8 for 2 New Zealand. That's in the air, but in the gap as well. He's not quite timed it. Just pulled back inside the boundary. 3 runs comfortably taken.
Expensive, really expensive. India have improved their fielding over the years, and John Wright will have worked pretty hard as the coach to do that. Mohammad Kaif is the chaser here. It was in the air, it was risky, it was away from the body. So Kaif is the quicker of the 2, and he does pretty well, except the dive was good, but getting hold of the ball was not quite so good.
Good shot. Superb timing. And a nice way to end the over. Good one for New Zealand. 11 off it. It's 19 for 2. Lovely shot. He looks a class player when he plays shots like that. Just standing up tall and punching it through the onside. Second boundary for the New Zealand captain.
This is one of the hardest shots in the book to play, off the back foot past mid-on. Tells me it's a damn good pitch, and tells me he's in damn good form. Look how tall he stands, and the right elbow gets up nice and high, and that means he can get over the ball. And then, hey, that's a good shot.
That's gone away fine and into the boundary. I think Zaheer Khan will have to rethink the line he's bowling.
Well, this outfield is lightning quick. Stephen Fleming has got that just nicely off his pads. It's a free hit, really, as Ravi Shastri has pointed out. You can only really get a guy out caught at slip, first or second slip, or caught by the keeper in a traditional fashion, bowling that line.
Oh, and he's got another one. Ashish Nehru this time. So just as New Zealand started to climb out of the mire, Nehru puts an end to it.
Well, Robin, you've just seen an evidence of why this Indian team is different. On a batting pitch, this is a beauty of a delivery. And you can't fault the batsman too much. It's moved off the seam, left to the right-hander with pace. That's an excellent delivery. and they've bowled quite a few in this tournament, Ashish Nehra and Zaheer Khan, and that's the reason India is on a roll in this World Cup. Scott Steyer has gone for 15. The score 38 for 3.
Brendan McCullum, the new man at the crease. He's had quite an interesting World Cup one way and another. He's didn't play in the first game, got 36 not out against the West Indies in Port Elizabeth, and then he didn't bat in the next 4 that he played, and then out for 1 to Brett Lee against Australia. This is why he's out there. Perfect delivery. It's pitch middle and off, has to be played at. Just left him slightly, and Dravid does the rest.
He's always had the gift of seaming the ball, Ashish Nehra. That's always been his strength right from his start at the international career.
Got him. Very, very good delivery. Terrific stuff from Zaheer Khan. That's his 3rd that he's picked up today. And 100 wickets now for Zaheer Khan in one-day internationals. Brilliant stuff.
Well, he was bowling beautifully, had already picked up 2 wickets, was rested for a while and then brought from the other end. And how well he's responded. A wonderful delivery. He has varied his length beautifully, Zaheer Khan, through the gate, bat and pad. McCullum walking back for 4. New Zealand 47 for 4.
Chris Cairns is the next man in. He is such an important player.
This is aggressive cricket from India, and rightly so. They've peaked at the right time. They seem to be reading the game better than most teams here, electing to bowl first here and straight away. And the bowlers doing the damage, doing what the captain asked them to do. And they've picked up 4 wickets, and as a result, it has slowed down the progress of the New Zealanders. Through the gate.
Just comes back a fraction. Just enough. Gee, that's a good delivery. That's gone up in the air. I think it's going to be safe, though. Over the top of the keeper's head. It's running away towards the boundary. Won't quite get there. Just a slight mix-up from Zaheer Khan getting around and assisting his teammate. In the end, just 2 runs, but a little bit of good fortune there for Chris Cairns. That's a fine stroke. That really is well played. It wasn't an out-and-out half volley. Just played through the line for 4.
Just goes on to show that he's in very good nick. Stephen Fleming has played a beautiful shot, probably one of the most elegant shots in cricket. The on drive, and how easily he played that one. Moving casually into that stride and hitting the ball at the middle of the stick. Nice extension of the arms. It's a lovely hit.
First boundary, that one, for 11 overs.
Stephen Fleming has been restricted, but he's played very, very sensible cricket out there. He knows the importance of him being out there at the crease.
That could be out, is going to be out. Sachin Tendulkar is the man that's taken the simplest of catches. Jawagal Srinath back into the attack, and that is a huge wicket. That really is a big wicket for India.
Well, just as we were mentioning that he's played a sensible innings, not a very sensible shot, and Saurav Ganguly has been absolutely brilliant today. He's brought Srinath back, and straight away the fast bowler has provided India with a breakthrough, and a big one. Fleming, who was shaping up very nicely out there, a nothing shot in the end. Didn't read the length well on that occasion and went straight down the throat of mid-off. Sachin Tendulkar had no problems. But a lot of problems for Stephen Fleming and company. He's gone for 30. New Zealand 5 down for 60 now.
This is disastrous for New Zealand. 60 for 5 at the moment, halfway through the 18th over. Chris Harris is the next man in, average of over 30. He's very experienced, playing his 225th game, over 4,000 runs. And gee, has he got a job to do now?
It wasn't a great delivery from Srinath that got him a wicket, but it was good change. Different angle, right arm. And Stephen Fleming will be disappointed with that shot. Looking to play it strongly through the onside.
Now this is Stephen Fleming just before that delivery. He had a look at backward square, and there was an area to play the pull shot, so maybe it was predetermined by him. He wanted to play the pull shot, and it was the wrong line to get there, and also not quite short enough, and then just bunted it straight to Sachin Tendulkar. That's a short delivery, and what an interesting shot it was from Chris Harris. He was off the ground, both feet off the ground, slapped it around back with a square for 4. Fine shot indeed.
Pretty amazing to see Chris Harris, both feet up. It was amazing how he generated speed off the bat. There you see. Not a proper way to play the pull shot, but it came out the middle of the bat. It appeared as if he's doing sword fighting out there.
The second good shot from Chris Harris. That's the end of the over. 20 overs gone, 75.
So long on is back. Deep mid-wicket is back. Cover isn't, and that's 4. Nice, gentle, loopy half volley, and it gets the Cairns treatment.
Cover isn't, but will be shortly. But this is right in the slot. And he's got no cover there. 3 fielders inside the circle on the offside. And that was easy picking for Chris Kane.
They really love to have a crack here. Harbhajan Singh is giving lovely flight. Nice juicy delivery there for Cairns to launch into, but he simply can't afford to get out. And he has. Can you believe it? He's hit it straight down backward point's throat. The simplest of deliveries to put away, and this dismissal really sums up New Zealand's day to this point.
And also India's day. Just when a batsman has looked dangerous or looked ominous, 20 of 26 balls for Chris Kane, and the Indians have managed to send him back packing. Slowish ball and trying to hit another boundary because there's no sweeper cover. Zaheer Khan gets a simple catch at point. He's happy. Not Chris Kane. 1 for 20 and New Zealand 88 for 6.
Jacob Oram is the new player for New Zealand at number 8, and somehow New Zealand have got to get themselves out of this, otherwise their World Cup chances are disappearing down the drain at a great rate of knots, and they'll only be able to blame themselves. Nothing venomous about that delivery. It really didn't turn. It was the Dusra, the one that bounces a wee bit more, and Cairns tried to thrash it over top of point and completely mishit it.
I love the way you say Dusra. That's the name really that's stuck to this delivery from Harbhajan Singh. It was the top spinner. You can see he'll get a good look of what exactly he was looking to do. And he got the bounce that he needed. I keep saying it's been a dream run for India. Even the catches are going straight to hands. Simple catch. Fleming as well. And he was caught.
It's gone away fine. I think it's just off the pad. We'll have to wait and see confirmation from the umpire. Yes, it is. 4-leg buys. Now, that's not a bad shout. That looks like pretty adjacent to me. Up goes the finger as well. So Daryl Harper agrees, and Zaheer Khan has picked up another one. This has been a remarkable performance from him. He's picked up 4 now, and New Zealand on the rack.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head. They are on the rack at the moment. And have a look at the Indians. They're jubilant. They're enjoying their cricket. You can see it's a team playing out there. And Zaheer Khan spot on once again with the line and the length. Another batsman caught on the crease. No problems there for Daryl Harper. The finger has gone up. And New Zealand at the moment looking down the drain. Chris Harris departs, 96 for 7.
Daniel Vettori, the next man in, averaging just over 11. He's playing his 106th game today. This is the first time he's batted down the order. He's just batted previously in 2 games, both as an opening batsman, and hasn't got going, but a big wicket this one.
Well, no real footwork whatsoever, and that one was going to take the centre pole out. There's no doubt about it. He's hardly gone any distance with that front foot.
Whipped away leg side, that's going to go for 4. That races away. Also brings up the 100 for New Zealand, so they've eventually got there. They've lost 7 wickets though. Ashish Nehra not happy with that last delivery of full toss that was just worked away quite easily. Into the 31st over. 103 for 7. One over the top has Danny Vettori. He knew he'd be able to get one sooner or later. He's not one to normally just push it around and block. Decided to break the shackles and hit a 4 over mid-on.
It's good positive strike here. No half measures. It was fractionally over-pitched from Harbhajan. And good shot selection, because with the ball being pitched up that much, it was not going to turn once Vettori made contact.
It never happened in the past when you'd see an Indian bowling attack dominated by the fast bowlers. Normally you'd have the spinners doing the damage, but this is a new look Indian team. And talking of domination, that was dominated by Jacob Oram. That shot was a good one, coming down the track and putting it away very easily. Important thing to notice here is how well he got to the pitch.
Beautiful footwork. Kept the blade of the bat going through the ball. Picked his area, and that might release the mid-on back to long on, I think. In the air for a little while, but not long enough for India's liking.
This has been a problem for Daniel Vettori, is not being able to get to the pitch of the ball. He's stayed away from the bounce, and as a result not really been comfortable. He's also not read the straighter one nicely from Harbhajan, and this time taken. It had to happen. Harbhajan Singh has picked up a wicket, and New Zealand go further down in the hole. 8 down now for 129.
Sharp catch, very sharp catch taken by Ganguly at slip. He's pushed at this really quite hard, had a little drive at it off the outside edge, arrives at a nice height just to his left, and is he delighted. So Daniel Vettori departs, and New Zealand's woes continue. 129 for 8. Daryl Tuffy, the new man at the crease.
Well, Daniel Vettori was having a lot of problems from Harbhajan Singh. There you see once again not reading the length, not to the pitch, and also not reading the spin on that one. That's gone away for another boundary. Well struck by Daryl Tuffy. So he's having a good time out there in the centre. 43 gone, 144 for 8.
Bowled him out. Looking for the big one over mid-wicket. So Sehwag in on the act as well, and New Zealand lose their 9th wicket.
Well, no need to bring back Zaheer Khan. You've got Virendra Sehwag, and he's picked up a wicket. This was a loose shot, trying to hoist it against the spin, and nothing delivery in the end, dragging it back into the stumps. Jacob Oram walking back after getting 23. New Zealand 9 down now for 144.
Well, the name's Bond, Shane Bond, and I don't think his brother James can get New Zealand out of trouble here. That's why Shane Bond's out there. He's a little bit unlucky here. He's got a bottom edge onto his pad. 146 for 9, 5 overs left. A fall of wickets on screen for you, and we're running out of room to put the bowlers in, because the 8th bowler is now going to bowl, Dinesh Mongia. And he's got a wicket with the first ball, and just closes down the innings very nicely indeed.
Amazing. Every change has made sense. Sourav Ganguly has been on top of his game, on top of the art of captaincy. And Dinesh Mongia, a real makeshift thing, coming on to bowl, and what he does, picks up a wicket. straightforward catch, another soft dismissal. A loopy delivery, he could have put it anywhere, Daryl Tuffy, but straight down the throat of the bowler. No problems there for Dinesh Mongia, and India absolutely delighted with this effort. 146 all out, New Zealand on a perfect batting track and on a perfect day.
India will be delighted. They won the toss, elected to bowl, and they've done the business, bowling New Zealand out for 146. They struck in the first over with Zaheer Khan picking up Craig McMillan and also Nathan Astle in consecutive deliveries. Stephen Fleming, the only batsman really to offer any resistance, 30 runs of 59 balls, and really it didn't improve at all from there. Chris Cairns looked threatening for 20, but he couldn't go on, and Oram also did a pretty good job for 23, but disappointing in the end to be all out for 146. And just about everyone had a bowl for India. 8 bowlers used in total, but the man who did the damage is the man right at the top, Zaheer Khan. 8 overs, 4 for 42. That's the third time he's reached those career best figures, so he likes those numbers, that's for sure. Javagal Srinath did a superb job, 1 for 20, and also Ashish Nehra, 10 overs, 1 for 24. Outstanding pressure from those three enabled Harbhajan Singh to come into the attack and bowl Hoods full 10 overs and pick up 2 for 28. And even Dinesh Mongia, just the one delivery, and he picked up a wicket with his very, very first delivery. So impressive performance from India, and they are in the box seats at the moment. India's target is 147 runs only. They've got 50 overs available if needed, and they need to go at just under 3 runs to the over.
He's been in wonderful form in this tournament. It'll be interesting to see whether he's going to take strike. Not today. The last time Tendulkar was at the Centurion with Virendra Sehwag, he was the one taking strike because Wasim Akram had the ball in his hand. Well, he's a dangerous batsman and just found form in the last match against Sri Lanka. Before that, had got into this nasty habit of getting out in the 20s. But it's good to see this very talented player in form, and that means Daryl Tuffy will have his work cut out immediately.
Here we go. Tuffy. Leg side first up, and that'll give the umpire, Darryl Harper, just a little bit of exercise to start proceedings. Gee, that's a good delivery. Swing and a miss from Virendra Sehwag, looking to drive that one through the bit of a gap at mid-off before, but straight through the keeper. That'll encourage Bond.
That's one of his problems, especially against the new ball. Footwork, you can see the front foot has remained stationary on middle stump, and then the bat just goes through the line. He's got to look to do a couple of times to get the front foot moving a lot more than it does. If not, should be a little selective with playing this shot. He could leave it, or maybe present a dead bat.
One down. Shane Bond has struck very, very early in proceedings. Virendra Sehwag is the man, had a bit of a waft at it. It was a good pace delivery, just under 149 k's per hour, and they've got the initial breakthrough.
Well, he flashed hard at it and may have been surprised that the catch was taken. But generally the ball really flies off the edge. May have got the bottom half of the bat, but Scott Styrus has taken a good catch. He's made a difficult catch look very easy. So that's a big wicket for New Zealand first up. Sehwag down for 1, and the score 4 for 1.
It's the skipper who's coming out to bat number 3. Very experienced, of course. Good average as well. High score of 183. Looking studious in that picture. He's going to have to study this bowling because Shane Bond looks like he's fired up. A very, very good catch. That's what we want to highlight here. Late reaction from Scotty Styrus. Cupped the hands around it perfectly, and a big wicket. Virendra Sehwag, who was so dangerous, on his way.
Well, he did one thing right, Sehwag. Didn't get into a great position. He never does. He doesn't look to get behind the line of the ball, but he flashed hard at it. And I think when he did that, he really believed that he would get 4 runs for that.
Got him! Right through him. That is a great delivery from Shane Bond. 153 k's per hour. Magnificent stuff, and they picked up the skipper this time. 2 down.
Well, that reaction of Ganguly tells you the story. He knows he's been done by a great delivery. This was quick. More importantly, I think it was a surprise delivery. Ganguly was expecting the ball to be about good length, shaping away from him. But this one is full. and it's got the edge of the off stump. So fortunate in that way, but what a great delivery, and he knows it. Gone for 3, the Indian captain. The score 9 for 2.
Mohammad Kaif, next man in, averaging just 14 in the World Cup, 99 runs in total. He'll be nervous. Another look at that dismissal. What a great Yorker.
And really in no position, Ganguly, to play that one. You can see the head was right up there. He wasn't expecting this length. That's great thinking, apart from just a great execution of what he thought. Quick delivery, as you mentioned, Mike. It was really express.
Tendulkar just drives that one through the offside for 4. What a glorious shot that is. You will not see a better off drive from that, and it's in a pressure situation as well.
And this is going to be the challenge for New Zealand, to be able to maintain the pressure from the other end. Overcooking the length, and a great bat. Just coming down on the ball. Full face of the bat, meeting the ball. Elbows going high to get the power behind. Nice balance. So Fleming will have to find a bowler who can keep the pressure. Shane Bourne is just brilliant at the other end.
And again, back-to-back boundaries for Sachin Tendulkar in exquisite style.
This is Tendulkar of old. This is Tendulkar who made his debut at the age of 16. This is the way he used to play. The booming front foot drives. It's a good ball. There's nothing wrong with the ball at all. He's just a man supreme in confidence, and he's enjoying his time out there in the middle. You can see the exaggerated follow through of the bat. Just stayed there for the picture. Oh, he loved it.
And I think so did every cricket lover in the world, unless you happen to be a Kiwi. Full shot this time. He's got this away in front of square. He's picked up that length very quickly. 3 boundaries in 3 balls. 3 outstanding shots.
He knew exactly what the length was going to be. After those 2 drives, he knew Tuffy would go short, and this was premeditated. The bowler playing into the hands of the batsman. The batsman knowing exactly what's coming. You can see the length very short. Not too much of pace behind it. Just 130.2 k's per hour. Short on pull for another 4. 3 consecutive 4s, and all great to watch.
Gone! Brilliant catch! Oram is the man. He has taken an absolute blinder. Wow, what a huge wicket that is. Daryl Tuffy has been hit for 3 4s in the first 3 balls. He's come back with the 5th ball, and he's picked up Sachin Tendulkar.
Well, sensational start here in the second innings, and so was the first innings in the morning. India launching into New Zealand with the new ball. New Zealand's turn to repay. It's gone quick and low to Jacob Warren. Safe catch taken again. And Sachin Tendulkar will be a disappointed man. It's a slow walk back to the dressing room. 15 of 16 balls, and India in some trouble. 21 for 3.
Rahul Dravid, next man in, lots of responsibility on his shoulders. Wickets are falling consistently here. The last one to go was Sachin Tendulkar, just slashing this one to Jacob Oram. Not bad for a bloke who's 6'6" to get down there and take that catch. It's brilliant stuff. And then Tuffy has eventually had the last laugh here. He got pasted to the first 3 balls the over, came back and got a wicket.
Tell you what, this is another difficult catch made to look easy. Normally when you're at point, catches that are to your left or to your right are the easier ones. This was right down on his right leg. Those are the difficult ones to go down on.
Gone! Down! Thought he had it, grasped it. Goodness me, McCullum is the keeper. He moved nicely into the gloves and then turfed it.
Whenever he's bowled fuller, he's created problems for the Indian batsman. This is over pitch and wide, and that's the reason Dravid went after it and just got the impression he was grabbing at it. He knew that was a big one. That would have been the 4th for New Zealand. Just maybe hard hands on that one. Dravid should consider himself very, very fortunate. Keepers gobble those.
Through the gap. Forget about chasing that. That's beautifully timed. It's 27 for 3. That was the Yorker. Just a little full. Just too full and too wide.
Well, he's got to go for wickets, Shane Bond, there's no doubt about it, and I just got the feeling Dravid was expecting it. The bat coming down in good time, just slicing it away. Pass point. That's the problem Fleming will have. He has to attack, he has to try and pick up wickets, which means as a batsman, if you play the waiting game, you will have the opportunities to get the boundary.
Over the top of Harris, only just, and Bond is a tad unlucky again. It's 40 for 3 after 10. He hit that over the top of Chris Harris, and did he get a finger to that? Got a feeling he might have. I thought it cleared initially.
Must have been a faint touch, but very difficult. Bond unlucky, in fact getting a good finger to it.
That's a handy shot. Smashing cover drive.
Now that should do his confidence no harm whatsoever. Mohammad Kaif, that's the most confident shot he's played. Shane Bond over pitching. But what is good to see here with this shot was a stride from Mohammad Kaif. Nice stride down the track, just freeing his arms and finding the gap on the offside. That was powerfully struck. So the target for the Indians now less than 100, 98 to be exact.
Good shot through the covers. It'll run away for 4. Harris gives up on it already.
Once again, beautifully executed by Mohammad Kaif. He's looking $1 million out there. He's finding the gaps, the timing is there, and importantly, the approach is really to look for runs. And then coming down heavily on that delivery, a little shorter in length also.
That's flashed away. If you're going to play the shot, play it hard, top edge, and it's flown away for 4. And the other thing just to think about is the fact that Dravid's keeping wicket, so maybe that's a factor. But if you're going to flash hard, he's got a lot of bat on that. It's flown over slip. Perilously close to gully once again. Really, New Zealand are going through a torrid time. We've had an orthodox catch, an ordinary catch go down. We've had 2 fingertip touches, one in the gully, one at cover. This is so close to the gully fielder.
Scott Styrus is the man, and well, away from him. Had to be a miracle catch, but New Zealand in need of a miracle out there. Scott Styrus inches away from that. Daryl Tuffy thought it was very close.
Good shot. Beautiful stroke. Mohammad Kaif just oozing with confidence now.
This is a lovely cover drive. Punched it beautifully. It was not a hard hit from Mohammad Kaif, just pure timing. And the great thing about that shot was the placement. Threading the ball in that fashion, finding that acute gap through the cover, really a master shot.
Well, that's the 50 partnership, the first 50 partnership of the game. 71 balls, so it's come at a good rate as well, without it having to. put away and will go for 4. A lovely way for India to finish the over. 79 now for 3.
Oh, he makes no secret of the fact he's going to try and bounce this guy out, and he'll chip away at him, he'll smile away, and Rahul Dravid's coming straight down the wicket to Mohammad Kaif and said, don't be sucked in by this stuff. We've done all the hard work, we can win this game ourselves. Don't get into a battle with him.
Good partnership so far. 58 runs, 87 balls. Another bouncer, well directed.
It's just a question of, from a batting point of view, whether you're prepared to weather the storm. And see, he's starting to lose the battle because he's talking back to the bowler. And you don't want that. Dravid should step in again.
Yes, there's quite a bit of chat there, wasn't there? And Peter Willey also getting a little bit concerned. A bit of chat between Dravid and Kaif, McMillan and Kaif, and I think every man in black out there in the field was having a go. Now that one's pitched up and caught him on the back foot. Expecting a shorter one again. He'll soon step in if it gets out of hand. McMillan having a go, and Mohammad Kaif just saying the odd word, and look at the scoreboard, I think might have been the call. There we go, it's on here in the middle. It's on for young and old, in fact. Now Peter Willey's decided he's having a go. He's stepping in, he's a tough man, Peter Willey, so goodness me, it's all happening in the middle now. There's Peter Willey just having a... Peter Willey just applying a bit of masking tape there. Brilliant stuff. Nice humour from Peter Willey. Looking for 2. Should be able to pick up 2. Nathan Aslett is down there. And they stroll back comfortably for the second.
Great running. Chris Keynes is not the fittest man in the outfield, and Mohammad Kaif is certainly the fittest. Brings up the 100, which means India just need 47 now to win. So 50 for Mohammad Kaif. Another valuable innings for his team.
Well, what a shot to bring up your 50. Lovely stroke play from Mohammad Kaif. Very good in defence and very good when he's attacking through the offside. That's a splendid cover drive. Daryl Tuffy, just a little short, and he played it on the up.
He's played it fine. He'll look for the second. There's a third man there. And eventually makes it. Oh no, the third umpire has been called for Peter Willey, asking the question. Dravid thinks he's made it. There isn't too much excitement in the New Zealand camp.
Well, I thought it was touch and go. Good flat throw from the deep. Shane Bond was the fielder. Rahul Dravid quickly across for the second. And yes, got there in the end. Stretched really well, extended his arms to ground the bat. And yes, couple of frames in. This is absolutely brilliant running from Rahul Dravid. He must be tired, and not out is the call from the third umpire.
Indians looking for the pull, and he'll get the boundary. Not from the meat of the bat, but there was a lot of vacant space in that area, and the partnership is now 100 runs.
It was a good shot from Rahul Dravid in the end because he rigged the length really well. Chris Harris not very quick, so Dravid had plenty of time to go back.
Beautiful stroke. He's batted so nicely. He really has. In several games when he's been needed, Rahul Dravid, the vice-captain, has come in and done it. It was beautifully played. One of the best shots in the game, the on-drive.
They're just hitting through the line, good footwork, getting to the pitch of the ball and finding the gap. Nice shot down the ground. And another one. Consecutive boundaries. And the Indians doing it in style here. I mentioned one of the features of this performance. They've not panicked, Robin. They've been under pressure 3 occasions. Once against Pakistan when Tendulkar was dismissed. Then against Kenya. Then here today when they were 22 for 3. And they've looked very composed.
Cairns is busy again. Starus has been guilty of just drifting down that leg side. 4 more. And India get ever closer as Rahul Dravid goes to a very valuable 50 indeed.
Well, once again, when the chips were down, he's delivered. He's come up with the goods. He's strung a good partnership here with Kaif. And another half century for Rahul Dravid. And his consistent run against New Zealand continues.
He's hit that for 4. That levels the scores. The hesitation was because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't the winning hit.
Well, Kev thought it was the winning hit. He thought it might be 6. 4 required to tie. He thinks he's done it. I've just been told by Dravid, 1 more run required. Well, he's done it in style. 2 clean hits to finish the game. Another emphatic win for the Indians as their march in this World Cup continues. 7 wins on the trot. New Zealand have been outplayed by 7 wickets. And Stephen Fleming, he'll be disappointed because all New Zealand can do now is wait for the match between Zimbabwe and Sri Lanka. If Zimbabwe win, Sri Lanka still go through. If Sri Lanka win, then that's curtains for New Zealand. So a crowd of just under 18,000 have been thoroughly entertained by a good bowling performance by India earlier on, and then the Indians going out there and getting the winning runs comfortably. 150 for 3. Dravid and Kaif involved in a wonderful partnership. 129 runs, 68 not out Kaif, 53 Dravid. And the Indian supporters have plenty to cheer about.
There certainly were some concerns at the start of India's batting, with Sehwag going for 1 and Sachin Tendulkar for 15 and Ganguly being yorked by Bond for 3, and then a great partnership of 129 between Rahul Dravid and also Mohammad Kaif. Kaif getting 68 not out and Dravid not out on 53. They steered India home, 150 for 3 to finish. New Zealand bowling, Shane Bond was outstanding right at the start, picking up some quick wickets and bowling very briskly indeed. 2 for 23. He got off 8 overs. Tuffy picked up 1 for 41 off 10, but really no one else was providing too much penetration. All the figures were fairly tidy, but of course India weren't chasing too many runs. So looking back at this game, New Zealand all out for 146. So terrific bowling from India. Zaheer, Javagal, Srinath and also Ashish Nehra providing terrific pressure at the start. Harbhajan Singh came into the attack in the middle order and picked up 2 for 28. And India in reply after a bit of problem right at the start, and they lost 3 quick ones. 3 for 21 they were at one stage, ending up 150 for 3. Terrific stuff from Rahul Dravid and Mohammad Kaif. And India eventually won another game, and this time by 7 wickets. Let's join Robin Jackman with the presentation.
Steve, obviously really disappointed. What can I say?
Well, just as disappointed myself. Poor performance batting-wise, and never in the game.
And you've just got to wait now, haven't you? Because if Zimbabwe can spring a surprise and beat Sri Lanka, then that does you a lot of good.
Yeah, we've been very good at that this competition, so we'll do it once again. But disappointing that it has to come to that. But good luck to Zimbabwe, I guess.
Sharif, your bowlers did it for you.
Yeah, I thought we were splendid on the field. The fielding, the bowling. is absolutely fantastic.
It's tremendous to see your fast bowlers in particular performing as well as they are. I just find it's a whole new Indian side when they're clicking the way they are.
Yes, it is. We've done very well so far, but as I've said, we've still got the important stage to come. We've played so well and we don't want to give it away, but it's great to see the way they've turned up every day. They've run in and bowled quick.
So 4 points to India today, and they go to 20 now, and they join Australia with 20 points, 1, 2 and 3. That's all settled. Of course, Kenya on 14 points, and New Zealand and Sri Lanka are fighting out for that 4th spot. New Zealand at the moment half a point ahead of Sri Lanka. Important game also coming up. Zimbabwe bringing up the rear with 3.5. And remember, the top 4 qualify for the semis, and it's tight for that number 4 spot. And that's all for the action at Supersport Park and Centurion. Thanks for being with us. I'm sure you enjoyed it. Until next time, bye for now.